All right, Dave. So now what about bankruptcies?
Wow, bankruptcies. About 1 million bankruptcies a year in this country. So there's a lot of people discharging their debt. And those are people who instinctively know they need to correctly rebuild their credit. And 9.5 out of 10 do it the wrong way. Here's basically what needs to happen, okay? Bankruptcy leaves a huge mess of untrue credit on the credit report that can legally and legitimately be disputed and should be. It just needs to be done the right way. So I can teach somebody to do it, or we can do it for them. No big deal. But the important thing is to correctly rebuild the credit. Now, correctly rebuild credit after a bankruptcy discharge means FICO scores at or over 700 in 2 years or less. And I see lots of people still in the 500s, low to middle 600s, 4 and 5 years after bankruptcy. They haven't rebuilt their credit correctly. So the video that we're calling Adding Good Credit should actually be watched by people thinking about bankruptcy or going through it or just after it.
So, I've been told by my friends, look, just BK it, get out from under it.
Yeah, actually had a conversation with a potential client yesterday. Dozens of collection accounts and bad debt accounts. The husband went through a terrible divorce. The wife went through a terrible divorce. Both credit reports look like prime bankruptcy candidates. They just don't want to do it.
Right.
Okay. And there's lots of reasons to do it and not do it, and I can't play bankruptcy lawyer here. But I see the whole view. I see why a person might want to speak with a bankruptcy lawyer and potentially go through it. And I also know what's going to happen for the next 10 years after the bankruptcy is discharged. Okay. And most people incorrectly rebuild their credit, and that's part of the problem. Most people know about credit repair and disputing inaccurate or false information on the credit report, and this is really the time that dispute process should be done and should be done correctly, and that type of service works correctly. Okay. Bankruptcy lawyers don't necessarily explain the mortgage loan ramifications. How many years until a person can acquire a house? Not to mention, did their credit scores go up high enough?
Right.
How difficult it is to get certain types of credit while the bankruptcy is still on the credit report, even 9 and 10 years later.
Wow.
So I think a person needs to take a look at all angles, not just necessarily what a bankruptcy lawyer might say, but what actually is going to occur in the 10 years of their life after the bankruptcy is discharged.
Right. So understanding that you're not a bankruptcy lawyer, but you may have 2 cents worth to give a person if they're seriously considering that.
Right.
Gotcha.